Welcome to my channel. My name is Kirsty and you're probably here because you've got really tight hips. So this video, this follow along, is going to be for all abilities. You don't just have to be a fighter to do this, but my channel is specifically usually for judo players, jiu-jitsu players, but this one is very broad and can be for anyone. The main focus of this follow along is going to be to increase that range of motion in your hip joint. So we're going to get started. Clyde, excuse my, not my dog, it's Andrew's dog, but I love him like he's my own. Anyway, right, we're going to start on a 4-point hold. So from here, we're just going to bring our right leg up, we're going to bend the knee, we're going to lift our knee up to the sky, and then what we're going to do is we're going to bring it to the right hand side, and then we're going to bring it in to our chest, and then we're going to bring it back to our other knee. So it's kind of like a circular motion. So again, we're going to bring it up to the sky, we're going to bring it around as much as you can to the right side, you're going to bring it into your chest, and then you're going to bring it back down to your left knee. So we're going to do this, let's do it 3 on each side, and I want you to really focus on getting as much range as possible. So it's really slow and controlled movements when you do it. So 3 reps, starting from now. Okay, so you're going to lift it up, bring it to the side, and then bring it to your chest, and then bring it to the middle. And again, so lift it up, bring it to the side, bring it to your chest, and then bring it back down. So we're going to do one more here. So get as much range as you can, so really lift it up, just using that hip joint when you're doing this. I don't want you to find that you're compensating somewhere else by like leaning to the side or leaning forward. I want you to really focus on just moving that hip joint. Okay, bring it to your chest and then bring it back down. So we're going to do the left side now. So you're going to lift your hip up, knee comes up, again circular motions, so it's going to come to your left side. Oh, mine clicked then. Bring it to the middle and then bring it back to the right leg. And again, so lift it up, bring it to the side, oh, and again, clicked, bring it to the middle, and then back down. Okay, so one more, so really focus on getting as much range as possible. Bring it to the side, bring it to the middle, and then bring it down. Okay, awesome. I'm just gonna wag our tail, just do a few cats and cows, just to warm up our spine a little bit, and then just bring it into down dog. Yeah, just walk the dog out. Okay, so this time you're going to bring your right foot to the sky, push your hands through the ground, you're going to bring your heel to your left bum cheek, and you're going to push your knee to the sky. So really you should feel that stretch in your hamstring and in your hip flexor as well. So just holding that for 3, 2, 1. And then slowly bring your knee to the middle. You're going to plant your right foot to the ground. And then from here, we're going to bring our hands either side of our right foot. And we're just going to twist up here, hold that position, and then bring it down. Elbow to the floor. Really feel that stretch in your hips, and then twist up, hold that, and again bring it down. We're just going to do, let's do 5 each side. So here, so that's 3, twist up, and then number 4, bring your elbow to the floor, and we're going to do one more, and then twist up, And then we're going to come into a plank position here, and then back into that downward dog, just like that. Okay, so now we're going to do the other side. So you're going to bring your left leg up to the sky, really push your hands through the floor, keep that leg nice and straight, chest to the knee, and then from here, we're going to bring our heel to our bum, point your knee to the sky, try and keep your hips still neutral, try not to twist them, open them too much, and then we're just going to hold that here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly bring that knee to the chest. So here, and then you're just going to plant the left leg down. So we're back in that lunge position. So we're just going to do the same this side now. So 5 each side. So bring your hands in between your feet, and we're just going to twist up. Inhale, and then exhale. You're going to bring that elbow to the floor. So we're going to do 5 reps like that. Inhale here, exhale, bring that elbow down. 3 more, elbow to the floor, and then bring that hand up to the sky, chest to the wall. And then I think that was 5. If it wasn't, please do 5. And then bring your chest up. And now what you're going to do, oh, doggy, oh, he's joining in. Downward dog, well done. That's the next position we're going to go into. So downward dog, so chest to your knees, push through with your hands. Okay, so from here, we're just going to jump our feet to our hands, yeah. You're going to twist your feet out, and we're just going to come into a squat position. So I'm just going to face the camera for this one. So from here, you're going to push your elbows out, push those knees right out, hands to your chest, and then from here we're just going to hold this position. So we can play around in this position if you like. If you're a beginner, then I just would like you just to hold this position. If you're not new to mobility, you've done it a few times now, then let's play around. So Clyde, come on now. You're not the star of the show. It's on the sofa. Okay, so playing around in this position. So what I want you to try and do is bring your knee to the floor like that, and then back up. So bring your knee to the floor, and then bring it back up. So if you can do that, what I want you to do is just do 3 each side. So knee to the floor, bring it back up. Knee to the floor, back up. It really burns. But this is great for hip flexor strength, which can help ease those tight hips as well. And one more. And then relax. So just sit in here a bit longer. Just move side to side if you find it's hard to stay still. Keep your chest up. And really focus on keeping your heels on the floor as well. If you can't, if you have got yoga blocks, then sometimes you can just sit on the yoga block, and that can help. Especially if you've got really tight hips, you probably would want to sit on some yoga blocks. There we go. So you're going to go back to my front of my mat. We're going to bring our hips up. We're just going to shake that off. Yeah. And then we're just going to jump back into our downward dog and just pedal that out. Like that. Okay, so this time, we're going to bring our right leg up again. So here, you're going to bring it down in front of your hands, so in between your hands, sorry. Knee comes to the floor, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring that back leg, the leg in, so it's kind of it's parallel to the front leg, and we're just going to bring our hands not right in front of us, but just out to the side, so like a 45-degree angle, and we're just going to hold this for 1 minute. So you should really feel a deep stretch here in the right hip flexor. If your right leg is forward, you should feel it in your right hip flexor. You should also feel it a little bit in your left as well, but it's mainly stretching that hip, the right hip flexor out. So we're just going to hold this. Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe deeply into your nose and out through your nose. Whew. I find this one. Oh, he's eating my tissue. Clyde! It's naughty. That is naughty. Here we go. We're just going to do 10 more seconds in this position. Breathe through your nose and out through your nose. Okay, one more breath. Deep breath in through your nose. And then slowly bring your hands back to your front leg. You're going to twist your leg back straight. And then from here, we're just going to go straight into a low lunge position. So bringing your hips forward, squeezing that left glute, and we're just going to hold this for, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute. Just holding this position. We squeeze that glute and then relax. I always like to kind of squeeze my glute for around 10 seconds and then relax for 10 seconds. And then just keep doing that for, I don't know, maybe 3-4 sets. Or when a minute's over, just get a bit more of a stretch there. Find a bit more range in that hip. Remember to breathe, so deep breaths through your nose and out through your nose. Okay, last 10 here. And then bring your hands to the floor. You're going to bring that knee up off the floor, into a plank position, and then we're just going to go back to that downward dog. Pencil out your feet. Like that. Good. Okay, so bring your left leg up to the sky. Push, really lengthen your spine as much as you can. Bring that knee, your chest to your knee, and then we're going to do the other side. So bring in that left leg in between your hands. So again, we're moving the right leg so it's right parallel to the front leg, and then we're just going to bring our hands about a 45-degree angle, really feeling that stretch now in the left side. So just hold in this position. Remember to breathe, so breathe deeply through your nose and out through your nose. I'm just going to do 10 more seconds here. Oh, this is painful. God. No, it's not really painful. It shouldn't be painful, okay? I'm just exaggerating. My floor is so dusty. I need to clean it. Okay, so you're going to come up, bring that leg straight, like that, and again we're going to come back into that low lunge position, And we're going to hold it for a minute. So here, and then holding this now for 1 minute. Again, I want you to think about squeezing that right glute this time. So you're going to squeeze it for 10 and then relax, say for 10. But just do that in your own time. So just really think about squeezing that glute. When you squeeze that glute, you can feel that right hip flexor really work. That's what we're after. Good. So shoulders back, really get nice and low into this lunge. After, I don't know, 30 seconds, you can probably go just a little bit more again. And you find it, you kind of warms up, it gets a bit more looby. That's what we want. Good. Remember to breathe, so breathe through your nose and out through your nose. And then just a few more breaths here, so 10 more seconds in this position. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Okay, deep breath in. Okay, hands to the floor. You're going to come into that plank position here and just back into that downward dog position. Walk the dog out. Really push through your hands. And we're just going to do a couple more. So the next one we're going to do is frog pose. So here, so this one can be quite uncomfortable for some people. So if you find that it is really uncomfortable, then what I want you to do is to stay on your hands, put as much weight for your hands, and just turn your feet out slightly, and you can just gently kind of rock back and forth, and when you feel like it's too much, just come forwards again. Okay, so you can really gauge how much stretch you want. If you are really comfortable in the frog position, then just, you know, bring your knees out as much as you can. You want your ankles in line with your knee, your toes facing towards the wall. And then here, you can just, again, you can rock back and forth if you like, or you can just come onto your elbows and we can just hold this position here. Again, we're going to hold this position for 1 to 2 minutes. See how I feel. But 2 minutes is a good start for sure. A minute is good to start. Okay, I'm just rambling now. Okay, we're just going to hold this. Remember to breathe through your nose and out through your nose. And we're just going to breathe through it. I actually really like this pose. A lot of people don't, but I could stay here all day. I like it. So remember to breathe through your nose and out through your nose. Okay, we're just going to stay here for a little bit longer. So again, you can just rock back and forth into it. Try and maybe sit back each time you rock, try and sit back that little bit more just to get a bit more range there. Again, if it's too much, just come up on your hands and take the weight off your hips and just lean into it, and then just gradually sit back into it as much as you can. It shouldn't be painful. That's a important thing to say. It shouldn't be painful. If it's painful, then please stop doing it. Please don't wait to break yourself. This is supposed to help you. Okay, so we're just going to stay here for 10 more seconds. And we're just going to go into our last pose for this follow along. Again, another one of my favourites. It's the hero pose. It's a really nice hip flexor stretch that we're just going to hold again for, I don't know, say 1 to 2 minutes, see how we get on. Alright, and then coming out of this pose, you want to really slowly bring the weight into your hands and then bring your knee one at a time. You'll find that it gets it's a bit uncomfortable when you first come out of it. And we're just going to kind of bring our knees side to side just to loosen those hips off before going into our next pose. Go. Okay, so our last pose, so hero pose. So what I want to do, get at the top of your mat. Again, this one can be quite uncomfortable. So if you're just starting off with mobility, I'd probably suggest just lean back here. This body is enough to start with. Or you can go, there's another option which you can do, is I'll show you side on. You can just here and just hold your foot into your butt and just hold this position. And when you're here, I want you to think about squeezing your glute. So the leg that you're holding, you want to squeeze that glute. So I'm holding my left leg, so I want to squeeze my left cheek to get that hip flexor stretch. So if you're just starting off, this one is probably going to be a better option. If not, and you want to come into this one, then if you can, come all the way down. Doesn't matter if you can't. And we're just going to hold this position. So if you're doing the one leg, I'll tell you when to switch your leg, okay? So choose a pose. Either it's the one leg or it's this one. And we're just going to hold this position. So with this one, I like to try and bring my knees in closer. So when you bring your knees in closer, you can feel a massive stretch in your hip flexor here and your quad. So I like to squeeze my glutes, squeeze again for like 10 seconds, and then just relax into it. So you can do that a few times. We're probably going to hold this, I don't know, about 1.5 to 2 minutes. And I'll probably do the squeeze every 20 seconds. I'll squeeze it for 10 and then relax into it. So again, just do it in your own time, or you can just hold this position. It's up to you. If you do want to get a bit more of a stretch, then I suggest do the squeeze the glutes option for about 10 seconds, rest for 20, squeeze for 10. Okay, and squeeze. And relax. Remember to really breathe for your nose and out for your nose. So I'm squeezing my glutes right now. Feel that stretch. Relax. Hold it. Deep breath through your nose. And out for your nose. Okay, so if you've grabbed your one leg, please switch your legs now and do the other side. So I'm just going to stay over another minute. Deep breath through your nose and out through your nose.
and then slowly get yourself out of this position. So what I do is come up onto my elbows and then slowly come up to my hands and then push myself forwards, and then just bring your knees in together. Again, you're going to do knees side to side just to loosen it back up again. And that is that. So I hope that helped your hips, loosened them off a bit. If you enjoyed that, please hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I have a video coming up every week. I try and do you know, a specific body part. So next week it'll probably be shoulders. But if you have anything that you want to work on, please write a comment below and I will try and do a video for that specific body part that you may need loosening up, etc. Have a lovely day and I'll see you